it is going to be cYpheR versus dynit, match number 2 here in Group A.
dynit didn't win his game because he played Faz, but he got a frag.
Well, we're going to start straight off anyway. Don't know the maps. Don't know the maps, but we are in. Yeah, of course, Aerowalk is going to be the first one. And let's watch cYpheR off the start, see what he's going to do.
He's going to do awesome.
I've got a strange feeling that we could be about to see a slightly one-sided game.
Yeah, and actually Aerowalk's one of the most one-sided maps as well, probably in the pool. So if cYpheR gets control, we don't know how many frags he's going to get. But of course he is fighting uphill now versus an LG, a little bit dangerous. Hasn't made any damage, but of course dynit isn't able to take the red armor yet. He's just like... You don't want to be in that position versus cYpheR, and there's the first route. Nice rocket.
I love how cYpheR just got the confidence to take the rocket shot there on the stairs, where the splash damage isn't exactly perfect, and still manages to land a full shot. But he does get railed here once, and twice actually, but dynit wasn't able to escape through that teleport quite in time.
Ooh, this could be interesting if cYpheR messes up this. Trying to cover the railgun shot and gets it down. Oh, doesn't get the kill though, dynit. Yeah, gets the kill. 3-1. Comeback time. Oh, you're dead. You go. Come on. Even typed hee funny. That's incredible. All right, here we go. cYpheR looking for another one and picks up a rail instead, and Mega to boot. Lost out on yellow.
2 hits. Impressive.
Are there any Italian players that you're excited to see?
Sturmy.
But he's not playing.
Doesn't change my opinion.
Interesting decision there from dynit to go through, and he wasn't expecting
Sturmy's
cYpheR
brother.
to do the same. Sturmy's brother, yeah. That's what the answer. I kind of set you up for that, so we could talk about it maybe a little bit.
Oh, you could. Yeah, just set me up.
Have you seen him play?
I saw him play actually versus dynit in warm-up, and he was winning. And he was hitting some really impressive shots. And he plays exactly the same as Sturmy and Star as well, like the way he sits, and exactly the same. So I think he's a little bit more aggressive than Sturmy, which is a good thing. Personally, I think that helps being aggressive in Quake Live more. But of course, we'll have to see how he's going to play and what experience and knowledge he has. But of course, he's probably not the smartest kid, because when he met me, he thought I was you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sturmy was embarrassed for it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him, to be honest. And obviously, we've just seen a good performance from Flash. We'll see how Flash kind of progresses through the tournament in terms of his other options, his other games. But right now in this one, cYpheR is in a 9-1 lead and hinting lots of everything.
Issues apparently unpure.
Yeah, we all know that. He's trying again though, bless him. There we go, another push in from cYpheR around this red armor. And there is the rail.
Yeah, see that? That's almost hit the shoulder. I like the new hitbox though, I think it's good, but I personally think it's good across the board that the hitbox has got bigger by 10%, but I think the LG should have gone down to 666 instead of still being 777, because it feels a little bit like CPM, where LG's just like that, it's just he's off spawn, but you hit so much, you hit a larger percent of LG, so it does matter to the time that you're able to switch to rail or rocket and get a kill or something. Nice one, cYpheR. Just really showing us how to shoot, really, I guess, is what we're learning here. What are you learning here, Joseph?
A bit of Italian now. Italian commentators have joined us over there.
They've got one mic between them. Yeah, I've got 2.
Sunglasses as well.
They're wearing sunglasses inside.
Pretty bright. But anyway, cYpheR 14-1 up. I wonder... Yeah, go dynit. 42 make it. Okay, we're going to watch dynit now and see what he can do after this frag. Red armor's available. Yeah,
spam.
That was kind of slightly obvious thing to happen. And cYpheR once again.
20 HP, so one rail will pick him off. Oh, and he actually looked like he was going to get hit there blatantly, but cYpheR ended up missing. Take the health, my friend. it's healthy for you.
Sure is. Sometimes.
Obviously not.
Not the ones when you come out into the open, they can be more deadly than healthy. And cYpheR obviously knew that mega health was there. He saw it ages ago and was just like, okay, you take that. Let's see what you can do, maybe.
Impressive.
But we don't have to say, Jay. I mean, Aerowalk is a map where you can see comebacks.
Yes, it is, Joseph. And I wasn't going to mention that earlier, but I think it's very possible. But I also think it's very awesome that we get to see some new players at LAN who get experiences.
Yes, I do. I think it's
so. Even if these games aren't going to be the most entertaining Quake matches you're going to see, you got to think like, you know, we didn't have to broadcast them maybe as well, you know, in this stage of the tournament. But I just think it's nice for the players who get to come here, play versus their peers, you know, other players from Italy, and then also, you know, get a crack at cYpheR and Faz, really, you know, see how it feels to play against the best. And
yeah,
you never know, a couple of these players from Italy could be inspired, you know, to try a little bit harder if they have a decent tournament run. And that's really what, you know, LANs can offer in such a great way.
And I think that's something that Sturm is probably aiming for with this, you know, get a lot of the local talent here and give them that opportunity to actually compete against the pros, because, you know, it's not cheap to travel around Europe to go to events, and when it's your first event, you're not always willing to, you know, pay the money to do such a thing. So this is a great opportunity for some of the local Italian players to have their chance at playing some of the top players, and also, you know, maybe beating some of their rivals within Italy as well on LAN. Right now, as you can see, though, cYpheR having lots of fun, it seems, as he runs around the map racking up the kills. And I think it said it a little bit ago on 10 impressives already. Start, yeah, 10 impressives. Not so bad.
So systematically dangerous though, cYpheR. He always looks where, like, he always figures out what you're doing and then counters you. Like, he just takes a quick peek up at like rocket launcher, and then if he doesn't hear you coming, he'll be like, okay, LG, and then just walk in and take you down. So it just, you know, he doesn't know everything, but the way he plays always gives him really quick knowledge to make a decision, and that's, you know, you can even see that here in a game where he doesn't need to use, you know, everything he's got to bring the win. And of course, we'll see that later.
And use it obviously for the top players as well. These games can be important for them to start off with, maybe playing against a weaker opponent and get in the groove a bit, and, you know,
sometimes
hit
it
those
can
shots.
hurt you as well.
Yeah, I guess it can leave you into a bit of a false sense of
how good you're playing.
Yeah,
like, really, it can. Like, it's always nice to get a warm-up versus somebody that really pushes your game and allows you to take situations where you don't have much health and armor and push for like a win in that situation, because those situations, if you can make them work in your favor on the day, they're really what can win your tournaments. And, you know, cYpheR isn't being pushed, you know, doesn't have that. So it's, you know, Faz will push cYpheR and vice versa, and there will be some really close moments, and it's the first time they'll probably have that experience in the tournament, and that's a very crucial match as well. So it can hurt on the other side, on the other foot as well, but still, I'm sure it doesn't affect most of the top players.
cYpheR's LG up at 37%, Railgun 52%, and his Railgun's looking really great. And dynit says GG already here after with 1 minute and 20 still on the clock.
And the other thing as well is, like, dynit is a good player. I mean, the guys who've turned up here to play are good. It's just, you know, I mean, if it was StarCraft 2, I'm sure dynit could, you know, pull out some sort of strat or some sort of G-strat and make it look like a close game, you know, in comparison to the player that, you know, how good of a player he's playing. But in Quake, you know, the skill gap just looks so much bigger because of what you're able to do. And that's a nice rocket from cYpheR. He's looking really good, I have to say. I think he's actually, I mean, okay, it's Aerowalk. It's a map where you can look fantastic on because the lighting's nice and all that. But otherwise, he's looking really, really strong. His confidence with his shots, especially his rockets, which is something I love when I watch cYpheR. How good his rockets are. But I think he's, yeah. I mean, he said to you earlier he's gonna, you know, win this one. This is one to take now or something. I definitely feel like he looks like he could be in shape to do that. But we have to see when he gets fast.
Yeah, think his game against Faz is going to give us a bigger overall picture as to how good cYpheR's looking this event. I mean, the events that cYpheR's, you know, the last couple that he's not done well in the Intellectual Masters, for his standard, he'd say he didn't do well in them. It's not that he's played particularly, you know, bad in them, but things haven't gone his way and he's been knocked out, whatever. But this one will end, of course, 41-3, the first map. cYpheR with a massive, massive advantage going forward, not only to his confidence, but with his scoreline as well. And he hit a 54% railgun in there, 14 impressives. Very nice.
Yeah, and one thing I like that cYpheR did as well, which I don't really think about because I never really played Aerowalk in Quake Live, but he actually was shooting rockets against the teleporters to stop his opponent, you know, getting in them as easy, because obviously in Quake 4 you should be able to shoot rockets through teleporters. In Quake Live, you know, you can't, so you can just shoot them at the teleporters on that map. So he actually did that a few times and just use it as a wall, and that's something that I didn't even think of as well. I didn't play that.
Prepare to fight.
I'm allowed not to think of that. But it looked cool. It felt like, oh yeah. Did that.
3, 2.
Well, here we go. Dynit says, let's start the massacre. And now we're going to watch Dynit off the start. See what he's up to.
So Dynit, that jump's easier, the one he just made. You can actually just make that in a single jump. And also the pillars as well. You can do some weird stuff up on there now. If he gets this LG cleanly, he should hold on to what he's got. In terms of play, maybe a little bit defensive, and see if he can. Oh, he's been knocked down. Go for it. Go for it. Oh, cYpheR's behind you, dude. Damn.
Yeah, he's down to just 45 HP now. Has cYpheR gone through? No, he hasn't. He's still hanging out in front of that teleporter, now up above. And Dynit should probably run away right now. While cYpheR, of course, lands the first rail. And he's maybe going to get the conversion here again. Brilliant rockets, amazing rockets from cYpheR, as you've come to expect. And he's even going to leave the Mega up here. He heads over and could even get himself a kill. Oh, he's missed that railgun shot. And drops down for red armor. Will collect it, and it has surely got enough time to get over the Mega as well. Dynit won't have spawned so close to that. And it's a 3-0 lead. A very comfortable start again for cYpheR.
Yeah, and a lot of his fights have been very movie shooty as well, and it's actually made Dynit kind of look the wrong direction. When he entered the Mega room from lower corridors, he actually went the other side of the pillar, and that really worked out for him. So pretty much he's just kind of running circles, you could say, around his opponent as he picks up his 4th frag. And it's going to be very hard to get back into this. You really need to, on this map, personally, it's all about running away a lot of it. You can't really be in the same room as someone snacked unless you have like a weapon you can utilize and an exit plan. Yeah. And I think that the positioning you're going to need to kind of play that card over cYpheR is you know, professional. You need to be professional to be able to play that card. And if you can't play that card, you can't be in a room and do any damage. And that's exactly what we're seeing here from Dynit. It's just like you turn up and cYpheR hits you, and then you leave, and then cYpheR chases and kills you. You know, but in reality, a professional player with that rocket launcher would have been able to be, you know, spamming rockets, doing a little bit of damage here and there, and actually got away and, you know, maybe push cYpheR off his timing so they could have won an item. But unless you have professional experience of playing that style, you know, it's going to look like this.
cYpheR showing so much confidence there coming through, and actually will finish off with the machine gun. Dynit gets to spawn over by the LG and rush straight in towards Mega Health, which of course cYpheR had already got covered. And it's another one, 10-0 up into double figures. Now is the Belarusian, and he's got 7 minutes to continue his rampage, which is exactly what he's doing right now.
Yeah, but still hitting some really great shots, and it's at least it's always enjoyable to watch cYpheR play. But and you see Dynit doesn't have a plan. He doesn't have a plan to do damage. He just wants to get an item, but you have to do damage and earn the items on this map. You don't just get them for free, no chance.
Impressive.
I mean, imagine Strength, if Strength was actually just kind of, you know, timing and going to every item. It would have made a massive difference. Great railgun shot.
6 minutes 20 to go. Here comes a possible kill for cYpheR, and dynit actually goes through the teleport. He needs to be careful. Actually drops in offensively. cYpheR had plasma out, won't have too much trouble to pick up another one there. And that's another red armor under his belt. Full 200 armor that he's got. He's even got position on dynit. Zero jumps up. Again, brilliant. Just confident play from cYpheR to get into position for this next mega health. dynit is there, and dynit's going to make the jump and steal away that mega health.
Yeah, good. He's done nice, and he should cover himself. Maybe he didn't want to go through teleport in that situation. But either way, he's got high position. He stole something. Might not mean much if he just goes down here. Yeah, see, he can still take a lot of damage, so he's done nice, but
Impressive.
hasn't utilized his, his weapon well enough because it was very hard to do so because it was a rocket launcher, but hit one direct shot. And you should try and figure out that if he hears cYpheR here, just kind of rush into the mega room. Yeah, he's got LG. I hope he's got LG. Get into mega room, take that, and then yeah, you get the yellow, get rocket, then go up top again. Leave this room. You got to get out of it without taking any damage because you have no exit weapon. Nope, he's just like screw it. cYpheR's rubbish. You lucked out on me. Now he's dead. So yeah, he had some moments where he can shine, but of course, in a match where you're playing cYpheR and you're down this low, maybe he felt like, nah, whatever, I'm just gonna go for it.
We've got less than half the match still to go. 4 minutes 40 on the clock, which is probably 4 minutes 40 of pain for dynit rather than anything else. cYpheR can literally just run the map, find these kills, use a bit of aim practice, but some nice damage put out there with the plasma. Question is, will he be able to follow it? Good defensive rockets down from cYpheR, and good decision I think from dynit to go up high, or it would have been if cYpheR had eventually moved away, but of course cYpheR showing he's full of confidence at the moment, even with no armor whatsoever to his name, goes in for those shots, lands them and gets the kill. It's now 18-0 for cYpheR, and he continues to nail these rails out.
Yeah, and that's the thing about cYpheR as well. Like, he does like to know what you're doing. He really likes to have a lot of knowledge on his opponents because that's where a lot of his advantages come when he plays against other top players. Is always having them out-positioned or in a slightly worse situation than he is. So it's pretty classic just for cYpheR to sit there with a railgun and just watch and then be like, okay, he went high, I'll go. Rather than just be like, I'll go to this item and then we have these different stacks. He likes to look for where he can get an extra shot in. So I'm really looking forward to that kind of style if he brings it back to the level that we've seen him use it in some previous tournaments rather than, I personally feel like, not his best IEM performance.
Right now, looking for that finishing shot, which you will find. We're about to hit the 3-minute remaining mark. cYpheR got a massive lead. And, without doubt, we'll be taking this second map, but it's a case of, for dynit, maybe minimizing the frags against him and probably having a bit of fun, to be honest. Trying to, at least.
Yeah.
I don't imagine it's so much fun.
I mean, rocket fights close range can work out, for the underdog sometimes quite easily if he hits just one good rocket. Obviously, with not having much air control and Quake Live off getting flicked, you're likely going to go down. These fights probably not going to work out so great with only one weapon. But still, did a lot of damage there himself.
And manages to get that red armor away to cYpheR. Let's have a look at dynit, see what kind of shape he's in. Not a sorry one at the moment. He's managed that yellow armor to pick up. cYpheR is hanging around, and this could be deadly once the railgun, if the railgun comes into play. Right now, cYpheR seems to be having a little bit of fun with the plasma. dynit will drop down, and he falls to below a 0 scoreline, which is never a nice feeling. It's always better to finish on 0.
Yeah, I'm just watching cYpheR spam plasma from the top as opposed to like rocket LG rail. It's like, oh man, this plasma gun's really good. This plasma gun's really good. Should totally use this more. So he's going to use it all game.
Having fun with it, that's for sure. Yeah, we'll see if we can pick up some more.
Nice there as well. cYpheR shoots the ground with the plasma gun around corners when he chases opponents because he knows it's not going to hit. So if you shoot the ground, you can get a tiny explosion, which can actually slow your opponent down. So, all the tricks of the trade. That is it.
Oh, these rockets again. Absolutely brilliant. Will he find this frag? Not quite just yet. Will dynit come through? No, quite conceding not to, but there goes cYpheR just spamming the exit of that teleporter exit, and of course dynit walks straight through into it. cYpheR with 45 seconds left on the clock will finish things off. It's 27-1. Not quite as high of a scoreline than Aerowalk, but that's obviously would be expected from a map like Aerowalk.
And I think after this we're going to see Faz next, if I'm not mistaken. Is he going to be playing Flash, or is that the game afterwards? Who knows? Yeah, I'm trying to confirm something with Joe that we both don't know.
I did know before, but
yeah, we're just
these high
changing
score
it up.
lines have broken my brain. Yep, and dynit's actually given up at this stage. There's dynit.
There he is. Probably the best he's done so far in this match. Stayed alive for a good amount of time.
Yeah, good 5
Finishes
seconds.
on a high.
28 to -1 is map number 2 scoreline. That will give us a 2-0 over to 2-0 overall score.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
For cYpheR, yep. And he will, well, continue to move towards the top of Group A.
Yes, he will.